What is up, nerds? In today's video, I'm going to be going over how I'd like to take on the new delve boss, the Doom of Mokhaiotl delves 1 through 4. Doom definitely isn't easy content, but after some time in learning the mechanics, it becomes a heck of a lot easier to take on, plus the rewards are too good to pass up on. If you learn delves 1 through 4, it sets you up for delves 5 through 8, plus once you complete delve 4, you have a chance of receiving each unique piece dropped by Doom. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel to get all my future videos and guides. The love and support you all show me means the world to me, and I can't thank you all enough for everything you guys do. It makes my day knowing I can help people on their RuneScape journeys and enjoy the game just as much as I do. But with that being said, let's dive right into the video. Plugins. For plugins, I recommend going to the OSRS wiki website and looking up the Doom of Mokhaiotl strategy guide and scrolling down to the plugins section. There, you can find all the plugins you need. If you want a visual of what my plugins look like, here they are. Feel free to pause the video if you would like to copy what I have. These make the fight a little easier by eliminating some thinking during deeper delves. There's no tile markers needed for delves 1 through 4, but starting at delve 6, tile markers are used, so I will copy those tile markers into the description below for you guys to have as well, just in case you make it that far on your own. I do plan on making a delve 5 through 7 guide next, so be on the lookout for that if that is something you are interested in. Gear and inventory. For our gear, we're going to be using full elite void, which is great because it's fairly easy to get. We're going to be using an assembler, a necklace of anguish, some amethyst arrows. You can use dragon as well, a light bearer, Pegasian boots, and a scorching bow. Now, it does eat arrows, so if you do use dragon arrows, just be warned you will go through them fast. For melee punish, a crystal halberd, a slayer staff for a magic weapon, a dark light, and a blow pipe. You won't need this 1 through 4, but once you get to delves 5 and beyond, it is used, and if you have some dragon darts in there, it's a huge help. A divine ranging potion, a regular ranging potion, 6 anglers, 6 Sarahs, 6 super restorers, an extended anti-venom, a pendant of the 8s, which I recommend getting from the boss Moxie, who drops a pendant, as well as frozen tears to charge it, and has very easy combat achievements to do as well. I do have a guide on that, so check out the description below. And just note, if you do get extra pendant of the 8 drops, you can dismantle it for 100 frozen tears, so just keep that in mind if you do get any dupe pendant drops. And then we're going to have a divine rune pouch with fires, souls, bloods, and death runes. We're going to use those for our magic attack as well as death charge. And then we're going to have a max cape to telly out. Now with death charge, if you have done Yama and you have the double death charge, that is highly recommended. I personally do not have that, so in this example you will see that with just regular death charge, but double death charge will definitely help you out a lot. But if you don't have it like me, you will still be able to do this just fine. It's just obviously a little bit more of a nuisance once in a while. How to get there. To get there, simply use the Kastori teleport on the pendant of the 8s. If you don't have this unlocked yet, simply run to the area and click on the statue to unlock the teleport. Once you're there, run west and go down the lift. Once down the lift, if you haven't already, search a chest for 2 teleporters. Place one near the entrance of the lift and then one by the door at the other end to save on time when running to Doom's lair. Continue running north and jump to the pillar. I personally put a tile marker there so it's easier to find and click on. Then, lastly, pass through the entrance and run north and jump the gap to begin the fight. You may also use a Mokhaiotl waystones to get there, but they are pretty expensive, so keep that in mind if that's the option you want to use. Live KC. Once you're ready, jump over the gap to initiate the fight. Take a sip of your divine ranging potion and throw on rigor or whatever you got to begin attacking. On Delve 1, the fight is pretty basic and his attacks are slow. He will either attack with mage or range, blue being mage and green being range attacks. Simply pray correctly to avoid damage. Larvae will also spawn. You can either take them out right away or wait for them to inch towards Doom to take them out and deal chip damage to Doom. He will also launch a giant boulder towards you. If it's blue, a mage attack will come out first. If it is greenish brown, a range attack will come out first. On Delve 1, only one projectile comes out at a time out of these boulders. Once a boulder explodes and launches a projectile at you, it will always turn off your prayer. Praying correctly against these attacks negates all damage, so once your prayer turns off, make sure to turn on the correct prayer. But as you can see, Delve 1 is pretty easy, especially once you get used to the attacks. Once you've defeated Doom on this delve, it's time to descend further down to Delve 2. The main difference on this delve is that he can now use melee red projectiles, and the boulders he launches will now release 2 projectiles to pray against instead of just 1. The first projectile will always be whatever color the boulder was. So if it is greenish brown, the first projectile will be ranged, then mage, or vice versa if the boulder is blue. As you can see here, he went into his melee punish phase, which is where the crystal halberd really comes in. When he launches a boulder and starts charging up with his yellow bar, you need to hit him with a melee attack to break up his charge. Using a crystal halley spec while this is happening deals good damage. Just remember you need to pray correctly against the projectiles from the boulder as well. This can get tricky, especially at deeper delves, but on Delve 2 it's pretty easy because of the speed at which everything is happening. Sometimes you'll get an opportunity like here, where at the end of the fight you can use a melee punish to end the fight. As you can see, he throws all this holy water around. It'll heal up your HP and your prayer and give you a little special attack back. Plus, if there's any acid, which happens later in the delves, it'll clear that acid around there too. So if you have that opportunity, definitely try to take advantage of that. On Delve 3, it's pretty much the same as Delve 2, other than he will now spit acid out every time you land a hit on him. And he will now also go into his shield phase, which will be shown in a minute here. Side note, be sure to use Death Charge whenever you can to keep your special attack up, as it can be a huge help, especially at deeper delves. But as you can see here, he's going into his shield phase. Now, when he does this, you just need to hit him with any Demon Bane attack. So I like to use the Dark Light here, so I don't have to use runes or arrows on the larvae or him during his shield phase. But as you can see, the larvae, they still protect against one attack style. So you just have to use the opposite of anything you need to, and you need to wait for them to come into Doom's vicinity to do damage to his shield. And once his shield is down, now it's back to a normal fight. And he's going to launch boulders, just protect against them. When he does launch a boulder, as you can see, he drops rocks where you're standing. So I like to run 2 squares away and pay attention to the shadows on the ground. If a shadow's on the ground where I step to, I just move another tile away. As you can see here, I missed a prayer there. It's no big deal, it is what it is. Just make sure Death Charge is on and you hit the next prayer correctly. And we might get another melee punish here. And we do. And as you can see, my prayer is going up. My health went up to 99. It's definitely a huge help when you can get a melee punish at the end of a delve, just because saves on supplies, and as you're going deeper and deeper, supplies are more and more needed. So as we go to Delve 4, this is probably the biggest step up in my opinion. Now when he throws projectiles or boulders, 3 projectiles will come out, and the larva will only be able to be hit by 1 attack style now. So that's where the NPC highlight really comes in handy, as you'll see in a second as the larva starts coming out. As you can see now, it completely highlights them in the attack style you need to attack with, which is huge. So we're just going to be attacking with melee for no reason. And then that's a great thing with these larvae is they're one tick to hit, so you can attack them fairly late and still get an attack off. Just make sure when you're near the end to step away from Doom like that. If you're in melee distance and his shield goes down, he will hit you with a quick melee and he can hit you pretty hard, so just be cautious of that. But as you can see here now in wave 4, it's a little more difficult with those projectiles coming at you, just because the 3 of them, plus you got larva, plus you got acid on the floor, it starts to get a little cluttered. But once you can get this mastered, it makes all the other delves a little easier, just because the main difference in the other delves is just things are a lot faster. But it's pretty much the same premise. But now, as you can see here, we're going into the statue phase. Now, when this happens, when they pop up, you really want to try to attack one right away, and then you're gonna wait a few seconds and then attack another roughly in a straight line from the other one, and then you're gonna want to follow this orb, and this is going to protect you against his smash like this. If you don't walk in the orb like that, those smashers will hit you for like 30 or 40 or whatever. So getting that mechanic down is crucial for later delves as well, because more than likely you're going to have to do that mechanic. So if you get that down, it just makes things a lot more easy. But as you can see here, we're just gonna melee punish and boom. That is 1 through 4. It's really that simple, and I have seen plenty of people get plenty of drops at 2 through 4. You know, like I said, you can get all uniques up to this point. So if you can get 1 through 4 down, you have a shot at it. And honestly, like I said, I've seen people in my clan just yesterday actually got avernic treads on wave 4. I got the pet on wave 6, which is the minimum wave. Like, it happens. So, you know, as long as you can get 1 through 4 down, you're good. And eventually these next delves will get easier for you, and you'll be able to get those down as well. And I do plan on having a delves 5 through 7 guide as my next guide. So stay tuned for that as well. But if you'd like this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel to get all my future videos and guides. I again can't thank you all enough for the love and support you show me in the channel, so thank you from the bottom of my heart, honestly. But until next time, nerds, peace.